could have been like a potentially really good start, but you never know. You never know. So let's get into the action here.
So LDLC picked this map as the first map. Do you think it's to try and minimize Simple's kind of effectiveness? Because I think there's only so much he can do on this map without rotating to other places compared to, say,
this is HellRaisers' pick. So
this is HellRaisers' pick?
Yeah, this is HellRaisers' pick. And I'm going to assume again that it's just because they wanted to get that early CT start to get a really good first map going.
Interesting.
Because that's kind of the dynamic here, right? But we'll hold that for now. We have Dozier trying to push into ramp. He's actually broken through. And LDLC are just chilling right now. We're already seeing a lot of health away from Angel here. And as LDLC are trying to work out what's going on, Shox coming up from Secret to see what's happening. You can see players all over the place. Look at the action there from Shox. That's great pistol work. MBK coming in from the back whilst they're distracted. They are being picked off so easily now by the French side. And looks like it's all under control. Angel left with the 1 health. Good luck, Angel. This is going to be a swift death for him. And we are going to have ourselves a pistol round won by LDLC, so they get to start and just feel comfortable. That's great for them. I
feel like pistol rounds against LDLC should be like, let's find out where Shoxy is and go anywhere else. Well,
I loved what they did. They managed to take over Hell, but that was basically just a pistol round, right? Just sometimes with players of this caliber, everyone dies. Everyone just gets one tapped in the face. Sometimes that happens.
See, Shox just rolling with the 5-7 now. He don't need no rifle. But gonna have a T push outside. Let's see if they can get into Secret safely. Shoxy getting the first frag. Simple getting the trade, but at what cost? He has 37 HP left, and Dozier with 54 has been tagged. So things are going to slow down as the T's approach Hell, but the bomb is going to be down, which is going to limit their options by a long way. Smith's just cleaning up shop. Bit of assistance from Happy. You can see Dozier in the get right position, but he just gets seen by Kiyashima. Again, that one is in that position you don't get seen in the peripheral vision of players most of the times, but Kiyashima, he knows that position and specifically checked it. Very well done.
Yeah,
if he didn't, he could have got knifed there, or who knows what.
I think it was Cologne where Get Right used that first.
We've got a Doppler. Sorry to interrupt you, but one of the new skins in the house. It looks like someone threw Ribena on it though. So. Anyway.
Well, we're gonna see HellRaisers in with their first bite. Shox trying to get his angle through the smoke. They're not quite happening just yet. I like this outside presence here. We do have Happy, who's on the T-Reds container outside, just chilling. And actually a flash going to go past. Happy's in a really good position here. This can be very dangerous with that FAMAS. And they're going to spot him quickly. Happy unable to make the frag, but the support with Shox will make the trade happen. And so 4-on-4 now is still, they are looking for that info. MBK going to find himself a frag as well. So HellRaisers with Flamey and Angel and Markloff, and two of those players being so horribly low on health. This is looking a bit disastrous. It's going to be hard to find opportunities from this position. He really needs to try to just make something crazy happen, just connect on some heads. I mean, how do you deal with this, James? It's just, it just feels hopeless.
Yeah, you need picks and you need lots of picks. Kishima not doing any damage there, but Smith is in a great position to punish Markloff, and punish he will. Trade frag coming in thick and fast. Oh, that was a flying headshot, and NBK came up to say hello and just got slammed back down again. All of a sudden, Shoxy's the only man standing for LDLC. What just happened?
Oh, he goes to the peak and Flamey cuts his head off. That was madness. They entered so quickly and the team play was phenomenal. Before LDLC could actually realize what was happening, I think one guy got spotted. He gets sprayed down. They're looking all over the place. The perfect storm of an attack there from HellRaisers to save that. It looked, as I said, pretty hopeless. I mean, what? There was like collectively 120 health from 3 players, so very well done by HellRaisers. LDLC have to watch out, because if they start losing rounds early on like this, that's going to put a lot of pressure on how on their expectation of their performance on the first half.
We've got Shoxy going towards the secret area. Let's see what damage he can do.
Again, they absolutely must win this round. We still see them with a bye. Oh, denied down the stairs. Flamey.
He got sent first class into hell right there.
Kiss of death from that AK.
Got a rotation from Smiths now. He's going to be going towards the secret area to try and strengthen LDLC's defense outside. but HellRaisers just kind of creeping all over the place, almost like the Zerg army at the moment.
Yeah, so they have outside. They can go down, and this is something the LDLC have. They understand. They understand exactly where their openings are at the moment. So all they have to do is just maintain positions, and got MBK and Toxic there. It's all simple with the pick onto Happy, so things starting to get a little bit troublesome here for LDLC. 30 seconds left on the clock, and we can see Kyoshima repositioning here towards the vent. They still don't know 100% where the commitment is. Okay, now they know. Going to be dropping down the vent. In goes Flamey into the plant in the smoke. Kyoshima to take down Angel, but things are getting a little bit hectic here. It's all on Happy over by Toxic. He's going to get taken out, and there it is. They're 2-2. They're going to force out the eco already. This is actually looking amazing for HellRaisers. It's crazy.
Do we see LDLC play Nuke very often?
Not a huge amount. Not a but the old LDLC lineup in the past with Happy, of course, leading. He actually made them into a very good nuke team, but you're right, it's not a map we see a lot from LDLC, but they're very capable here. They have great strats and tactics. They know what they're doing.
I feel
it's
like
not a weakness at all, I would say.
I feel like Nuke has generally fallen out of favor in terms of picks from a lot of teams in Counter-Strike, and I think you're more likely, obviously, to see it in a best of 5 where you're playing 5 out of 7 maps.
Well, the thing about this so far is that this is one of the reasons why HellRaisers are dangerous is because, okay, maybe they're not the favorite team. Okay, maybe they have problems with strategy, all this kind of stuff. But these guys can frag like crazy. They've got some like good team play when it comes to these fast-paced situations. They've got some good, like, very good game sense and tactical awareness of how to play situations and how to basically use their intuition, because they have great game sense. These are great players, and this is like what we're seeing. We're seeing these situations which look kind of impossible from a strategic sense, positionally, but they just walk out there and hit the shots. And you can't argue with that. So now this gets interesting. Like, this is actually a really cool way to start this best of 5, because I was worried that we might just have like 3-0 from LDLC. I was just worried about that, because looking at the maps, like, Nuke goes badly for them. You know, Dust 2, Cash. I really don't see HellRaisers doing amazingly on Cash. They can be quite good on Cash and simple, but LDLC is so good there.
Yeah, but I feel like I think Cash is arguably LDLC's flashiest map.
It is, yeah.
And by the way they take A with all their grenades and flashbangs, I think it's very flashy. So it's very memorable for that reason. And I think you know, it's simple. That's all I think is simple.
Sometimes they play super amazingly on Cash, but sometimes it's like the opposite.
They've beasted people on Cash recently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when they had a huge down period, it was the only like map that was giving them any amount of dignity, because they were able to still compete on Cash out of all the other maps which they were failing on. They could rely on it. But I don't know. This is the thing. This is why, like, when I'm not casting, because I don't, like James said, I don't bet on matches that I cast. I rarely bet on matches of HellRaisers unless it's like a value bet, because you never know. You just never know these guys.
Actually,
you never know.
Yeah, HellRaisers are one of the teams I bet on the most.
Oh, you bet on them the most?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
There was a LAN where they, in group stages, got like, what was it, 16-0'd by Epsilon, and then I was very much never gonna be interested again. But interestingly, we're seeing Shoxy able to hold down here with this P250. 2 players taken down on the A take, and that bomb is dropped in front of main. This is a great situation. LDLC might be able to pull this back. We do have a couple of CZs in play. Of course, the CZs, some of the nerfs got reverted, so it's much more usable again. Let's see if Markov can get this bomb, and oh, he turns just at the wrong moment, and LDLC have a 2 versus 1 situation. In goes Simple with the AK, does dispatch Happy, and there's the last one, but significant damage was done. LDLC might have just pushed themselves to a position, James, where like they have to keep buying. If they keep HellRaisers on low money, then we know that they love to just keep the pressure up.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoxy picking up the AWP now, which is interesting, because I remember him specifically saying that he didn't want to do much AWPing, or he wanted to do a lot less AWPing, maybe no AWPing at all. He wanted to be all over those rifles, but he has picked up the AWP now. It is 3-2, so oh my days. I think maybe they feel like they're in a dire situation here, as they're not doing very well. on the CT side, but Shoxy gets eliminated immediately, so I think that might be it for AWPing in his regard. I mean, Shoxy versus Simple. If it's AWPs, you've got to go Simple.
Absolutely, and just throwing the smoke at the right time. It's very smart play. Deny these early picks from HellRaisers that they're looking for. But we are seeing that already LDLC have lost Shoxy and Kyoshima. So 3 players left. It's hard to work out how to position here. They obviously need to try to find a way to cover both sides. And quickly, you can do that from upper. But will Angel find Smith behind the smoke here? In goes Smith. And Angel, catches him in the back. And it's just Happy left. I was about to say and MBK, but it's just Happy. This is the problem. Like, they're just finding all of these picks. LDLC needs to get better on this execution, or need to stop giving up these angles here, because that was a clean sweep almost.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is
why you cannot count out HellRaisers on catch, because Simple.
Yeah, it's really rough. It's really rough, man. These guys, they just hit these shots, and like, what can you do? LDLC in with another pistol buy, see if they can get something happening here. It's pretty unlikely. We saw HellRaisers approach a similar round like this last time with just a push on upper, a very fast push on upper. Are we going to see a more slower style here? They are pushing 2 outside, holding lobby, looking for the peaks, and they know the pistols are there for LDLC, so they are going to be cautioned to try to avoid some of those closer ranges. And they're Simple. Oh wow, he actually got the wallbang, and he will die because of it through the rail. And that's actually horrible. If they pick up the AWP, and MBK steals away the AWP off the floor. That could be quite interesting. We'll have to see how that develops here, as Kyoshima now is the man with the AWP in his hands. HellRaisers, they have to make a call here. They've got 3 players left now that MBK dispatched Angel. They're trying to get into this upper bomb site. Markloff in a good position. Does Flamey and Markloff shooting each other. Flamey jumping to his death. This is looking very awkward all of a sudden. And MBK picking up another kill here with the AK. There's guns all over the place here to be picked up for LDLC. Dozier does return one onto MBK, and that bomb is in his arms. He needs to try to get himself to a site. It's not going to happen. In goes Kyoshima with the AWP. James, we're seeing like train wreck after train wreck.
It's a war of attrition right now. And yes, the CZ, some changes have been reverted. Obviously, the bullet data has not, because it did previously have the same data as P250, which is one of the reasons it was extremely OP, because it was like a P250 with automatic fire, which is absurd. But the fire rate has been returned to what it once was, and something else that I cannot quite remember. But definitely the fire rate's back, so it is, again, a viable weapon, although you do have to be closer than before for those one shots to the head. And I think the recoil is still worse than it was before.
Well, I mean, in this round we're seeing the smokes go outside to block off Shoxy. And they do also have the outer cat smoke, and that will block Happy's vision. In they go down secret, nobody dying. In goes Smith from the back on the flank. Are they going to catch him in? Oh, look at that, Markloff just messing up the timing there, and the bomb is dropped as well.
That's one of those things we were talking about last week as well, which we saw in multiple situations where the trailing man is the man with the bomb. Sometimes he gets caught short and it puts the terrorist in a very compromising position. You can see there's a strong hold on the ramp area at the moment. NBK, they're just going to have to retreat. He's got 2 people to help him, while HellRaisers are kind of hanging around the kind of door B long area. See if they go for a push again. When you're trying to take B, holding that area with the windows is very, very important. But the frag's coming in thick and fast if LDLC. Yet a man to drop. That's going to be the first one down. Flamey taking out Happy, but it's 4-on-1 right now. He has next to no chance of getting a bomb plant here.
All right, so much better defense here from LDLC, and they need to keep this going. 4 rounds for HellRaisers. They can almost just be happy with that. Like, if they keep racking these rounds up, this is going to get really interesting. So maybe that's what we should be rooting for. But we will see the pistols coming into play for HellRaisers. We've got CZ on Angel and Deagle, just a mix here from them. And this is good now for LDLC. It gives them an opportunity to start like building that bank. We do have 2 players on 6K, 1 on 4K, as you can see there. So it's starting to like look a little bit more normal for them. So we'll have to see if they can hold on to this. We're seeing some pre-nades going on here. Very standard stuff in from LDLC. As HellRaisers, wow, great wallbang knowledge there from Smith. As he heard the stepping on the silo, he knew exactly where to place that crosshair, and he will be rewarded. We've got Shoxy picking one off outside as well. So HellRaisers not really able to get into the push. Already getting thinned out as they try to make their way across some of these positions. But it's pretty much to be expected here. And LDLC with the cleanup, that's 5-4. Losing no one, that's a lot of extra money in the bank. And finally they can be somewhat comfortable. But I don't know how long that's going to last because HellRaisers picking up those AKs. Things are going to get pretty crazy in here, I guess. Because what we've been seeing so far is just madness. I want this trend to continue, James, for all 5 maps, because I want that to be 5 maps. And I want it to be madness.
Yes, we do love a good war of attrition. A good back and forth always makes for exciting matches here and very curious economy management. So we have 3 guys outside, no AWP on Simple. That's going to be very important. They're definitely going to want to find Shoxy. Interesting that Shoxy is the one rolling with the AWP rather than Smiths, when Smiths is the kind of the seasoned veteran with the AWP. So let's have a look at where Shoxy is at the moment. He is playing Catwalk. Someone's been tagged. That is, Flamey 7 HP, Angel 34. Very easily in the HP's in the range of spray downs here. So they're going to have to be very, very careful. But the T's are just loitering outside at the moment. Angel going to be the first one to fall. And trade frag coming in from Flamey. So that's the AWP down. Simple has spotted one of the CTs. That's going to be Smiths. By the vents, so there's a 1-man advantage here. Still a reasonable amount of time on the clock now for HellRaisers, but they've got 3 players on reasonably low health, happy to do lots of damage here. That's going to be 1. That's a second one now, 2 versus 1. Flamey 7 HP. Bomb is still in a very compromising place. I think they're going to have to go for the frag here, and it looks like the flank is coming in from Markelov.
Oh, this could be perfect. Look, this is exactly how HellRaisers have been making so many frags. They find these timings for one player to distract, and then the other can peek. This has happened again and again, and Happy had to get a 4-kill there to save that round. HellRaisers is going to pick up number 5. That's amazing. I would be feeling so good right now in their shoes. I would be feeling on top of the world. Do you think like LDLC are feeling any, not necessarily pressure, but you feel like they're just not feeling tip-top at the moment on the execution? What do you think is majorly going wrong for them at the moment?
They're just losing the jewels.
It does seem to be as simple as that.
Yeah, they're losing the jewels basically. Although there's one in the bag for Shoxy. Almost got a wallbang as well, but I think he knows where Angel is, and he's setting himself up for the second frag, and there it is. We have someone going for a boost, and I think it's Smiths up there just going for the wallbang again. Flamey down to 76 HP, so 2 early frags here for the CTs, which is going to put them in a very strong position to win this round. But we saw what happened last time when we had loads of massive frags come out in a very short space of time for HellRaisers. Smith's going to abuse his position there to take out Markelov. So HellRaisers not looking good for this one, but 5-5, they have nothing to complain about, definitely. And
obviously, they do have a lot of interesting options with Simple, because I was just thinking that we saw them lose a man there. Well, actually, let's hold that for a second here. We got Simple already with a couple frags coming in here, making his way to the lower site. If there's a man on HellRaisers to pull this one off, it could very well be Simple, but it looks like he's going to get cut off from the back.
That is a fantastic angle by Smiths.
Yes.
That's a really nice angle.
But one point that I wanted to bring up was that something we saw from that is when they knew they were up against a strong AWPer on Yard, they would always smoke it off and never peek, and always have someone covering the guys who were holding the nades, just in case there was a push from T-Red. And they had this set up all the time and never ever peeked or challenged the AWPer outside. You have Simple, so that actually does change the equation for HellRaisers, that they can do the challenge. But that last round we saw them give up 2 easy kills to Shoxy. Oh, and a very predictable move there on behalf of Simple. Shoxy's going to basically just destroy all of them, apart from Flamey pulling out the Deagle headshot. That's great from Flamey. However, it is a little bit too lackluster, as we are going to see LDLC still in a big advantage here. So, oh, hello. Dozia making it happen there, but there goes the spray. 7-5, LDLC pulling some rounds back, but this shouldn't be so back and forth, James. That's not the story of Nuke.
The problem for HellRaisers now is they don't have the money to furnish Simple with an AWP. And he hasn't bought here, so he had 4,800 in the bank. I think there was a discussion as to whether he goes glass cannon and just buys the AWP with no armor, but I don't think that would be a very good idea, especially on a map like Nuke, where the nades can come in thick and fast in various positions. And yeah, so they've opted for an AK instead. You can see they're setting themselves up for potentially a set play. But let's have a look at the positioning. We've got only one person in the lobby at the moment, so I don't think there's going to be any fast site push anytime soon. Kishima again, just looking to abuse those angles as much as possible. Going to go for some wall bangs as well, but not going to find anyone just yet. Looks like HellRaisers are starting to gather towards the A site. They've got 2 people pushing on it. Markov's gone down. Kishima with a strong hold from the back of the site. Flamey gets taken out as well. So 4 versus 3 in favour of LDLC. Dozier getting the first frag, and I think the bomb has been planted on the B site. So distraction on the A site while they get the bomb plant, which means they're at the very least going to have lots of money for the next rounds.
So HellRaisers is clearly running some very awesome strats here, wasting a lot of time here. They do have just one man. It is simple against 3 players who are going for the defuse. In he comes from the flank there through the vents, able to pick off the first diffuser. There's just a horrible situation now for LDLC. They have to kill Simple. He gets another frag, and MBK is going to get the kill, but there's no time. Simple did the perfect amount of work to pull out the round, and that is one more. That's 6 now for HellRaisers. LDLC have to be getting worried about this. This can't feel good at all. We are going to see Shox picking up the AWP again, but that was a wonderfully executed round by HellRaisers.
And you have to give credit to Simple for the very good individual play there at the end, because he got the first frag, 2 people left. Now, in that situation, you may want to hide, go for a reload and then peek again, but by that time, the second CT covering the defuse is going to be in far too strong a position. So he goes for an earlier peek on the second guy straight away to try and get an early frag. Didn't go his way straight away, but the idea was definitely good. And did go in his favour. In the end, he wasted enough time, ran enough distraction to stop LDLC from getting that bomb defuse. And it is going to be a 1-round deficit, but doesn't tell the whole story, that's for sure.
They have taken over ramp at the moment. We saw that I think MBK got pushed down to the lower side. He didn't get picked off, but that's an interesting situation now. HellRaisers removed ramp control, so that's a threat. So they have to put players down on the lower side. HellRaisers don't have any presence outside though, so it's interesting from the position of how do they work these options? Do they try to push Hell and have like pressure towards Heaven? That's quite difficult, but they can split onto upper site. We are seeing Simple coming onto the hut position here, so they are going to actually go for this split on upper, it would seem. There it is, they're getting up onto Heaven. There's the player, it's Kyoshima, gets taken down from the rafters, and we will have Flamey getting the bomb plant towards Heaven. This is so well done by HellRaisers. Once again, they're in a 4-on-1 situation, looking to pick up the 7th round, and it looked just really standard this round. They took over ramp, then they split on upper. It was that was it.
Yeah.
But there's 4 of them left alive, James.
Second last round as well, so NBK pretty much has to save versus 4 miscreants from the terrorist side.
I didn't expect this at all. I didn't expect this kind of a result from HellRaisers. I feel really bad now because I was kind of talking it down a little bit. I was saying that they were the worst team out of LDLC and HellRaisers, which is, I think, fair on paper. But we'll have to see if LDLC can bring this back. We certainly have a very interesting match on our hands now, as they are tied up. LDLC 7, HellRaisers 7. We move into the last round, and it is a scrappy buy, to say the least, here from LDLC.
Okay, so Simple getting the AWP for the last round. See where he goes with it. Going to leave the bomb out there, so you can see as a team quite often people just leave the bomb in the lobby, but you can see, well, they left it early, but it has been picked up, so never mind. Curious to see where the T's will generally leave the bomb early on in rounds, but we'll have a look at what LDLC do.
So they've given up outside completely, which is cool. They don't have really the weapons to hold it, so it's a sensible decision here. Kyoshima with an impromptu push into lobby. It's actually going to be rewarded with a kill, and he's going to be able to pick up that AK-47 as well. Good start here for LDLC. Lots of info for them also. But here comes Simple from main. Got the AWP. Misses the flick shot. And in goes Happy from the window, catching 2 players in the back. Simple going to be able to trade onto him, but this is still a 2-player deficit that HellRaisers are running with. 50 seconds left on the clock, and Simple's going to go down, surprised by Kyoshima. Dozier got some work to do now. And LDLC do have a good grip of the positions, and Smith's going to take Dozier down, and we do have an 8-7 first half, but wow.
That was a great last round for LDLC. Also worth noting, you can see the nerf in action there on the CZ in terms of the warm-up time, as Simple saw he was up against 2, Tried to pull out the CZ, but couldn't even load the chamber before getting taken out by the French.
So frustrating. It's so frustrating. That's kind of why I wouldn't use it, because it's just really frustrating to just like slowly draw it out.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's really.
It might be a situational pistol, like depending on how you're playing a map and what side you're on, you may opt for it, or maybe a P250. But we are on the second pistol round now. We can see if HellRaisers can try and take down Shocks early or avoid him altogether. In fact, let's roll with Shocks and see what he is up to. Just stopped by a smoke at the moment. Looks like they are going to go towards ramp. However, the re-smoke comes in. Flamey with an aggressive position, waiting for any of these to go for a cheeky push so he can take him out. Trying to see if he can spot any legs there. Any gaps in the smoke. Nothing just yet. Kishima and Shoxy waiting to pounce. Let the games begin.
Absolutely. Very defensive opening from LDLC. Want to make sure that they can get a good bearing on the situation. Maybe try to like figure out some positions. But now it comes the ramp take. So they have ramp. MBK's locking down lobby. And goes Markov. They're able to get the trade as MBK try to push up. Here they go once again. They got a player in from main. It's Happy as well. They wanted to split from 3 places onto this site. It's working out pretty well so far. They are on position, but there are still a couple players left alive here for HellRaisers. We do have Flamey and Angel, and that bomb is going to go down. Can it be safe though? It's Flamey. He's going to get taken out. Here goes Angel around the corner for the follow-up. Does take down Happy in the end. Still 2 players. Angel's trying to work his way around these corners. Now the time is slowly ticking away. He does have a kit though, but this is awkward. Shoxy doing the dance here up at Heaven. Be really annoying, goes in for the kill, and he's going to get it. Well played to Shoxy, and LDLC going to pick up the pistol.
Not the start HellRaisers wanted, obviously. They want to build that economy as soon as possible and get Simple going with his heater, but not going to happen just yet as they narrowly lose that pistol. Good comeback there after some important frags for LDLC, but it wasn't enough. LDLC extend their lead, and they're going to have to win as many rounds as possible as early on, because obviously they are on a much less favoured side. Curious to see where Flamey's going to play, actually. Once the buy rounds come in, replacing Kucha, I imagine he's just going to kind of fill the gap, and they won't change anything drastic. Smith's down to 16 HP already. He's been blown up by somebody. You can see lots of CZs back in the mix now on the HellRaisers side.
Absolutely. Here is Dozier looking for those 1-leagues, and lots of damage being done, even a frag now being found. HellRaisers not doing so badly just yet.
That is the most disgusting case-hardened AK I have ever seen.
LDLC needs to be careful here that they don't blow this advantage. Look at that quick peek with that CZ. Gonna reward Simple with a frag. He might even be able to pick up the weapon.
That was really smart by HellRaisers as well, because he acted on that smoke as if it was a flashbang. So I think they were hoping that the T would turn away if there was one there, in case it was a flash, before he could identify what nade it actually was. So very, very small thing there, which gave HellRaisers an important advantage.
Oh, and here we go. LDLC struggling to get in. MBK going down to 9 health. Gets taken out by Angel. They're getting swarmed all over the place. Surrounded. HellRaisers pick up yet another round here. And this is very awkward. This is kind of... I don't know, man. Like, LDLC should have won that round. They should have got a few rounds going. They're already in a terrible position. HellRaisers broke them from an eco on the CT side here. This is huge.
The important thing as well is that Dozier saved a rifle from the previous round, which means he's going into this round still with $3,000 in the bank, which means if they win this round and lose 1 player, Simple has an AWP.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. That is not to be understated. So HellRaisers with a nice hold here. Some pre-nades going in as LDLC harass a little bit, trying to look for those early round picks. Nothing to be found for them just yet, though. They're going to have to take some risks to try to make these frags happen. HellRaisers already dropping a player down. It's Flamey, I think. But Simple's there as well. This could be quite tough to get in here. But Smith is looking for the pick nonetheless. And there it is. Simple. Perfect position there. Baited out by Flamey. Oh, wow. Simple going to go down immediately. MBK starts the train down to the lower bomb site. Chasing him down. Flamey going to get taken out by the CZ. And there it is. Weapon picked up for MBK. Does have a lot of grenades Or in fact, sorry, he only has one grenade to work with. Pretty much the opposite of a lot. We have Angel coming out secret. Might just get the backstab. He does. Happy goes down. And now HellRaisers taking advantage.
They don't know where the bomb is, though. That is a big issue here. But LDLC are running out of times to plant the bomb. NBK still loitering in B. You can see him sliding up the ladder at the moment, just having a peek, trying to find someone, but it's all down to Shoxy. He is the man with the bomb. 19 seconds remaining. NBK trying to bait, but Markelov has seen it and takes them both out. So, again, 3 people surviving for LDLC. Does the AWP come out here? Dozier's got 6,300, and yes, immediately put Simple on that AWP.
So this is definitely an interesting spot now as HellRaisers will start building that bank. They should have a pretty easy round here. There's no really like menacing pistols apart from the PT50s for LDLC. So HellRaisers going to find the great engagements, going to take the long ranges and just hit the execution. Going to see a quick push here from LDLC. Can they surprise them? Well, there is a quick frag onto Angel. Sends him flying down the ladder. The bomb goes down. That's a brilliant result there for LDLC. They're already happy with this. NBK going to pick up another frag. It's actually a 3-on-3. The weapon going to NBK as well. Picks up the FAMAS. So this is... Oh, what is Simple! Pulls out the knife. What a set! He does eventually get it. And there is a player in Toxic. Happy's going to come in from the vents. As that bomb does tick away. Here goes the defuse though. Shoxy knows where he is, gets the kill onto Simple, and now it's all on Dozier. There's not much time, he has to back away. This is ridiculous. They have now done to HellRaisers what HellRaisers did to them, and Simple, he put it all on that knife.
Dozier should be running to try and find the AWP now, but he's going to stand behind the box. Probably didn't have enough time to get there, and he wouldn't have known that Shoxy was carrying it. But that all went just belly up. And I was going to say, actually, they put Simple on the AWP straight away, but they put him on the AWP in an eco round, which is probably not the most ideal time for him to have an AWP, which is a difficult position because if you clean up the eco, then they still doesn't have an AWP in the next round. So I don't know what the kind of most optimal situation is there.
I think it's fine, but it's just, obviously that's kind of what, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
They had 3 P250s, that was it. They made amazing entries with those P250s.
So LDLC have blown off Squeaky. You can see Shoxy just holding an angle through Squeaky. Kishima trying to bait people through the hut. Is going to find a frag in Simple. Dozier standing next to where Simple was as well, just in case the push comes in. And they're trying to play on picks. But LDLC being patient for the time being, not going to go crazy and make any mistakes. Going to take things slowly. Ideally, they're probably going to want to reduce HellRaisers to 3 before a strong push comes in. I'm going to rotate and make use of that AWP range. There is someone in secret for HellRaisers. That's going to be Angel. He is starting to back off, actually, although I think he may be making a return. Oh, those angles from Happy, the king of the warbangs.
He is. He truly is. And that man, hand that man a crown. Angel with 2 quick frags, though, is going to make it a little bit more annoying for LDLC, but they still have 3 players barreling down, or actually they were barreling down into the secret, but now they've actually returned to yard. They're going towards main, looking for that upper push perhaps. Dozier by the CT vent, going to get jumped in on by NBK, but he manages to make the frag. There is the second one, surely, but no, the Deagle's not good enough. And Flamey now coming in from the vents.
He still hasn't found the weapon. He's just been rolling with that CZ all round. Position's been known. There's a gun on the roof of hut. Has he seen it? He could jump and grab it with E. It's literally above his head. There we go. Got it.
And it is even fully loaded, but Shoxy's going to end Flamey, and that's going to be 2 players surviving for LDLC to put them on 11 to the 9 of HellRaisers, who certainly are in a bit of a spot of bother because as much as it looked terrible for LDLC, well, so far they seem to be doing almost exactly the same thing as HellRaisers did to them.
At this point, I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, it's just very unpredictable.
But I really would like to, at some point, we should have a conversation about if you buy the AWP on nuke when you're expecting your opponent to be on an eco.
I honestly think it's okay. You just have to bear in mind what positions that you're playing.
Sometimes
you can make it pretty safe. The problem is if you get isolated or if you have to retake.
Oh, why?
Like
what happened there? Oh, they've put extra people on ramp and left main completely exposed. Got punished really early by LDLC. The flank coming in, taking down the player on hut. Only Angel remains. 1 player down. That's Happy. Kishima on 3 HP, so he's going to try and get out of the way of this madness. I think NBK was just slightly spotted there. Angel has no idea where that AWP came from. I don't know if Shoxy could even see him or if he's just trying to bait. But Angel's putting a lot of damage here. He almost got the frag there as well. This is a very costly round here for LDLC. Let's have a look at the money now. Indeed, at this point, I don't think they can really afford to take that much abuse after planting the bomb versus one player. We do have the AWP coming out here for Simple. Not going to see FAMASs for the terrorist side. No, they've got enough to afford AKs. They've still got their full buy coming out, actually.
But the thing is, if they lose this round, LDLC should, in theory, although, of course, this game is not really going towards like theory, it's not supporting that at all, but they should theoretically be able to easily get to 14. And that's like kind of very close to game over territory. So this is a crucially important one for HellRaisers. They need to get this round. They need to get the ball rolling on their economy. And they got Simple out here on yard. He's playing defensive position by Hell here. There is another player that is sat over by Garage, which is Angel. So there's a good presence outside. However, LDLC aren't really all that concerned. They are looking for this pick into ramp. This could be pretty huge. If Smith gets this pick, opens up this area. Oh, there it is. Does manage to find one frag. Shoxy going in for the next one. Does get the tag onto Flamey. It's going to send him hurtling down to the lower site. And this is good news for LDLC. Now they have just a swath of options to pick from of how to attack. They still have a lot of time. Shoxy's going to keep the push going on the lower side, though. Can he find that frag? He does have an AK now. And HellRaisers going to have to make some crazy frags happen here to save this. Angel does get the drop on Happy to try to equalize things. The bomb is going to go down during that little altercation. And this is going to be hard for HellRaisers to come back from. Kiyoshima, nice pick onto Dozier by ramp. And Angel and Markov now, they need to save these weapons. They have no money at all. This is very bad. And they don't even have a kit either. Ooh, this is an interesting match, James.
Yeah, that eco well and truly broke them by LDLC. And again, they're going to get some post-plant damage in here. Going to be able to pick up an AK as well, which could make all the difference in the next round.
Yeah. Absolutely, you can drop a FAMAS now.
Yeah, but they're running out of rounds. I mean, this is crunch time right here. But look what all they have to play with. Not that much.
Yeah, it's yeah, just good luck to HellRaisers. If the thing is, right, if they can pull it from what we've seen so far, I wouldn't be surprised. I hesitate to make any predictions based on what I think is most likely. Of course, nothing's a sure thing, but it is very, very unlikely here that HellRaisers are going to be able to hold on easily against some of the offense we're seeing from LDLC so far. Flame is in a good position there with the FAMAS. He does have, I think he's alone actually on ramp. And so far we've seen LDLC, they are very good at just pushing into ramp and finding the picks. Smith once again leading the way. He doesn't have the AWP though. Shoxy's the one with the AWP. Smith's going to find the entry onto Flamey. That's ramp open yet again now for LDLC. They try to challenge him. Simple does pick up the kill. And that's going to be a nice consolation. Ooh, almost gets taken down though. And Angel very low as well.
Interestingly, Flamey was actually using the burst fire mode on the FAMAS just for that quick spray through, which I don't normally see people see. Oh, that timing, Kishima just looks away as he may have found a CT in the vent. And yeah, Angel got sprayed down to 8 HP. I don't even think he was seen by the enemy, but just good pre-firing there by the Ts. And again, they have control of B. NBK going to put himself in a strong position in vent as, let's have a look at where the bomb is. That's going to be Shoxy carrying the AWP and the bomb. Creeping towards A at the moment as we do have Kishima just pushing through heaven as the flash comes in, but it's not really going to work out for them as two of them get taken out. HellRaisers managed to survive. Can they find the AWP in time? I don't think they will.
Oh, well, they are going to have themselves a buy now after winning that round, but it's a bit stretched to say the least. They don't have a lot of cash for the amount of nades they'd really want necessarily. Oh well, they're actually doing all right on nades actually because but they only have Simple really without nades, so I misread the money there. So looking pretty good on that regard. But LDLC 13, HellRaisers 10. This doesn't really represent what Nuke normally looks like at all. This is awesome. Got Angel there by CT Vent, ready to drop down. This is a really cool position. You can see how safe he is. He can just take the shot and then drop and be completely safe. It's a really nice thing to copy. Smith's going to just go for it. No armor even, but gets the kill. The CZ returning to prominence. That's something that was always so good at. And Smith's abusing it once again. Able to pick up that M4 now. It's going to put a hole in the defense of HellRaisers. They have to try to compensate. But there's Smiths lurking around still with an M4. Simple though. Good position to deal with it. And in goes the push into upper site now through main. Some great work here from these Tech-9s. Shocks looking for that third kill. Rattling off that Tech-9. Oh my goodness, it's disgusting what that weapon can do in the hands of the man Shoxy. Bomb to be put down. In comes Angel, 1-on-1. Shoxy makes it happen. There's the 4th frag. Tech-9 all the way. And that's round 14 for LDLC in map number 1 here. Can they close it? HellRaisers are broke.
How long until Valve make the Tech-9 slightly more balanced?
I don't know, man.
Because it is too strong.
It's really good.
The general consensus is it's a little bit too strong. Come on, Valve. Blocks. But yes, HellRaisers have been broken once again.
I was kind of happy that the CZ was removed.
It looks like they're going to play for overtime.
Yep, that's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got no qualms against it. It's not something you see that often. A lot of the time, people will force on the 14, but they are going for the eco. But I mean, their buy would be so poor, and they're not that far away, considering the balance of the map and other things. But again, I think they've really been hurt by the lack of warp on the side, because that's why Simple's there, right? But they haven't been able to afford it for a very long time. Smartly, there's a quick peek from CT, but he gets out of there before he gets himself into trouble. Markelov, though, is going to fall, having no helmet or anything. And the push is going to come into ramp, as maybe they expect a rotation through to the A site. But Shoxy just annihilating everybody right now. Happy he's just doing the flank as 2 HellRaisers remain, make that 1 last man standing being Dozier. So Kiyoshima's down, but not much happening here for HellRaisers. Let's see what else he can do.
We've been seeing quite a big game here from Shox, 28 frags. And I have definitely been seeing great performances from him recently. Sometimes he's a little bit too much on the wayside, considering his reputation. But, well, Dozier's going to be able to pick himself up an AK-47. Doesn't have a kit, though. So, probably looking to hold on to this if he can get some more damage done.
He's got to run somewhere, though, because the bomb is above his head, more or less.
Yeah. There's no escape.
Actually, looks like he's going to try. He is behind the concrete wall, though, so I'm curious to see if he'll survive here. Nope.
No, not going to make it. But he did get another extra frag out of it, so it's okay. 15-10 HellRaisers playing for the overtime. Now is the moment of truth for them. Can they sustain the attack of LDLC? Can they defend correctly? Well, we'll have to see. Shock's still running with the Tech-9. I'd be afraid. It's actually so good.
Yeah, it's... T's just running at you with Tech-9 is probably the scariest thing in the game
CZ
right
again now.
It's worse than 5P90s.
Oh!
Okay,
Oh, we didn't even see the shot there, but that looked painful.
Well, that happened.
That was the thing. So already Dozier getting removed. This is very bad news indeed for HellRaisers, going down to 4 players. LDLC taking a slow approach here. I am wondering if we're going to see Smiths making that key entry on ramp, which he's done with such consistency. It's just a FAMAS here for Flamey, so it's much harder to fight with against those AKs. Already his teammates are going down over by the upper bomb site. Things are looking terrible. LDLC taking more and more grip of the map, taking it away. Markelov, though, able to take down Shoxy as he pushes out of hut. So still holding on to the upper bomb site. In goes the push onto ramp now from LDLC. Flamey has a much better position to play defensively, get some info. There it is, goes for the fight. Ooh, this might not be so strong, so go for the repeaks here. With that FAMAS, in comes NBK, ends Flamey's life. And Markelov now 1-on-4 to save the map. Not going to happen. Smiths with the tap. And we do have ourselves map number 1 going to LDLC, not HellRaisers. But it was really weird. I mean, neither team could win rounds on CT. When do you see that on Nuke?
Yeah, I mean, you see that sometimes on Inferno, but Nuke is not always the way.
It's
and, we thought HellRaisers were in with a really good chance there, but again, they just their economy was just in tatters for the large majority. That eco they lost was just a disaster.